All right, shalom, shalom. Pray that anyone that finds this video is doing well. It's good to be back doing another video, creating. And whenever the Most High gives me something to bring forth, I never take that as a light thing. Now, I don't normally do videos on gang stalking, even though that it has been a part of my life probably since I was born. Um, because I don't like to give it too much of my energy. But it has been happening. What? Just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it's been happening to me a lot lately. It is increasing. And gang stalking, like I said in my last video, is spiritual. And if you are walking in the carnal mind, you're not going to understand what is going on. They are just like angels are assigned to us, demons are assigned to us as well. And all they need is a portal. And that being said, somebody that still has a lot of hurt and resentment and anger and bitterness due to past situations that have happened to them, they love to feed on that. And they love to feed on fear. So yesterday, I walked my dog, and they were out, y'all. I'm talking about they were out. So I always notice like the same cars when I go walking, the same cars will pass by me. It's this one car in particular, and be watchful of stuff like that if you feel like you might be being gang stalked. This is one car in particular. I call it the ashy black car. But when I first moved into this neighborhood, I noticed the car and they blew at me one time. But now I see the car every time. It does not fail. Every time I take a walk, I see this car, and I notice it because of the ashy black painting on it, and also the windows of this car are completely blacked out. You can't see anybody in the car, but this car passes me every time I walk. It doesn't matter what time of day, what time of night, it does not matter. I always see this car. So I noticed that as I was walking to the store. Then when I get to the store, there's a guy. I've never seen this guy before. He's standing on top of the um the electric transformer box by the store. I'm talking about standing up to where I can see him. And that's the thing that they want to do. They want to let you know, they want you to know that they are there. And it's all out of to try to make you scared or fearful, right? So I saw him or whatever, looked at him and kept going. And something told me that when I came back from the store that this guy was still going to be there. Okay. And he was there in the same spot standing, but instead of facing like he was facing when I was coming, like towards my house, he was facing where I was coming from now, from the store. So, and before I did this video, I always like go over stuff before the video, Shalom, shalom, AP. I always go over stuff that I need to bring out in this video. And so I was like, I couldn't figure out what the name of the box was that he was standing on. I was thinking transmitter. And so I went to Google, right? And it said it's the electrical transformer box. And spiritually, the definition of this box he was standing on when I read it in Google stood out. And this is the whole goal of gang stalking, y'all. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Let me find these definitions of this box. Oh, I screenshotted them so I wouldn't lose it. Okay. It says these boxes contain pad mounted transformers that step down high voltage electricity to a lower voltage needed for the underground wires supplying power to the lights and appliances in homes. Now, when I read that, my spiritual, I was like, wow, this is what's going on. These low vibrational gang stalking beings, that is their job to bring our high radiation. When I say radiation, that is Holy Spirit. That is Ruach HaKodesh. That is what we are able to absorb. And they cannot absorb it. Either it's going to burn you from the inside out, or it's going to make you more powerful in the spirit. And so the other one, and like I said, the guy was standing on top of this box watching me as I walk. And this is a whole spiritual thing. The next one said, you may have a green metal box near or in front of your home. These are called pad mounted transformers and are a key part of the electrical system that delivers power to your home. They are only found in areas where electric service is buried underground. So this is what this is about, family. This is what gang stalking is about. And it's so many different levels to it. You have some that know exactly what they're doing, and some that are just operating low vibrational in a lot of guilt, shame, resentment, unforgiveness, that their bodies are able to be taken over by this energy. So I walked past, got to where he was, and of course he had to say something. And he said, can I walk with you? And I'm like, absolutely not. I don't play with these beings no more, because you won't get a chance to do what I used to allow to be done, because I did not know who I was. So that was just the experience yesterday. And it took me back to another experience. Before I moved to this neighborhood, I was being gang stalked in my old neighborhood like nobody's business, from the right side of me to the left side of me. Different strange people coming to my door when it clearly says no soliciting. This is gang stalking. So, and it works through children too. And this is the one that I'm about to bring up. So I had a little girl that lived next to me, my neighbor's son, my neighbor's daughter. And this little girl used to always come to my house. She would play knock on my door and run and do all kinds of crazy shit. And then one day, I just opened the door and I talked to her. And she was like, I want to come in. I was like, no, you're not with your parents or whatever. You need to go ask your grandmother or your dad or whatever. And she was like, I don't want to ask them. I just want to come in and take a tour of your house. And I was like, no, you're not doing that. And I could see the evil in this child. People think that this is a game, but this is not a game. Okay. So the little girl, she kept going, and I kept, just to see where she was going with this. And she went into, yeah, my people think my name is Sierra, and my name is really not Sierra. She said, really, I'm a spy. I'm a spy, and if people don't do what I want them to do, then I spy on them and this, that, and the third. I told that little girl to get away from my house, and I called her grandmother and let her know. But that is the type of environment she is growing up in. Her dad was always trying to get me to do drugs with him and sleep with him and all that, and just low vibrational stuff. And that's what these beings want to do, knock you off your game. That is all that is for. Um and so like your phones and stuff. I notice on my phone all the time, sometimes it'll crash just out of nowhere. Sometimes my little voice, I don't even use the voice thing. I don't like using it. I never have. It's not no, that's not something that was exciting for me. Even the facial rec, I don't do none of that stuff. Sometimes my phone will just, the little voice thing will come on talking about how can I help you, and you have to activate that. So stuff is going on with the phones. That's a part of the gang stalking system too. I'm getting a lot of crazy phone calls from different areas and different people. They just sit on the phone, want to hear what's in the background. I had a chick the other day. She called once, and my screening service comes on my phone. So she hung up and called back and left Derek Bricks in the message. So I answered it. This lady asked me, now Derek Bricks, come on, asking me, yes, can I talk to Derek Bricks and this and that? I said, lady, you know darn well that don't know this is not Derek Bricks' phone. And I hung up, never got another call, but I keep getting these calls, so I know, exactly what's going on. And some of them do have, you know, the higher knowledge, but they're on the wrong team. So they're using the same knowledge that we're getting, because knowledge is being poured out everywhere. They're using this and pretending to be one of the chosen or one of the children of light when they're working for darkness. They're working for the other team. Another thing is fitting in. And I'm not talking about just when, because most of us know that targeted individuals, we never fit in school. We never fit in these different groups and stuff like that. We never fit in. So even now in the light community, like I get invited to these different groups on social media. And once I get into them, it's all cool, it's all love. But when you start bringing like that truth, I'm talking about the real truth, not on no carnal level. I'm talking about on a spiritual level, a celestial level, because it's more to being just a bloodline. Okay, it's more to that. When I start going in these groups and immediately my posts get deleted or the admins stop posting, is you're not gonna fit in anywhere. Even the light community has been infiltrated, and it's a lot of darkness being exposed in these communities. I went into a spiritual community the other day, and everything was cool until I posted this one post about fake light workers. And all it was saying is you cannot be a light worker, right? If you have not gone through your own darkness and to get that light, so that you can go out into a world full of darkness and be that light. When I tell y'all, so many people in that community gave me pushback, and the admins once again started not posting my stuff and all this stuff. So that's when you remove yourself. You remove yourself from where you're not appreciated. Not that you're some kind of guru or we're supposed to be doing this thing to help each other. And if there is hate amongst the very community that we're trying to work through, then that's when I pull back, because I don't have to be involved in nobody's groups. That's one thing that us chosen, targeted have to understand. Stop trying to be a part of everything and just do the work that you've been assigned to do. Yeah, that group of all groups, I never thought I would have had that kind of experience, but it happens. We just don't fit in. We just don't fit in. And people can look at you and see that you're different. You don't even have to open your mouth. Um, I had to write down notes because it was so much. So much. But yeah, we just like we have our ancestors, our angels assigned to us, there are demons assigned to us too. And that's the whole thing about gang stalking. Okay, they're operating on the same low frequency, and they recognize you because your frequency is different, because your frequency is higher. They can't stand that you're smiling. How can you be smiling in a world full of chaos? You know, how can you have joy and everything is crumbling, but they don't get it because that's just the vibration that they're on. If you can absorb gamma radiation, which is the Holy Spirit, okay? That's what this is. That's what the whole corona thing is about. It's about the level of radiation being absorbed by the children of light. If you can absorb the Holy Spirit, if you have the Ruach in you, baby, you are going to be targeted. It's nothing that you can do about it. Nothing. They want to keep you down. They do not want this thing to go down, but it's going down regardless. It's nothing anybody can do. It's nothing they can do, but they still gonna try. They still gonna try. You're being gang stalked all the time. That's just what it is because of the light that you hold within you. The war is between those who can absorb the Holy Spirit and those who cannot. So keep watch. Everybody wearing fringes and growing out a beard ain't about this life. It ain't even about the outside stuff. Cool if you do that. Okay, cool if you do that. But some of these people walking in this truth, they some of the most evil, some of the most hateful, some of the most jealous and envious beings that you would ever want to meet. This is a spiritual battle. And if you hold the Holy Spirit within you, you can't deny it. It's a change. It's a change in you, and it's happening daily. Your body is changing. Your mind is changing. Things are starting to become clear. You can see stuff that you couldn't see before. I hear stuff in music now that I never heard before. It's a change. You can't help but change. Be careful, family. I'm talking about even family members. Even it's just this is where we are. This is where we are. I'm not fearful of anything. They won't get a chance to feed off that. Because normally I would have that guy at the store, I would have been watching behind me to make sure, but I don't fear anything. There is no reason to. There are orders in place spiritually where they can't touch us. All they can do is try to pump fear or try to pump doubt, because it's a lot of that. When I made that fake light workers post, and I stand on what I said because they are out here. They want to try to put doubt in you like you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have to have doubt. If the Holy Spirit gave you something to give to the people, you don't have to have no doubt about what you're talking about. And if you were wrong in receiving the message and you get a correction from the Holy Spirit, you come back to the people and let them know that you made a mistake. You received the message wrong. That's it, and that's all. This is a beautiful. I'm glad to be here at this time. I'm glad to see the change. I'm glad to be able to finally. I was so naive and gullible. I'm talking about was walked over like nobody's business. This is a beautiful time for the chosen, and I hope y'all are enjoying it. Keep on getting all the knowledge you can get. Keep on cleaning up that old stuff that's in you, whatever vices you need to let go, so you can continue to receive more of the Holy Spirit, more of the Ruach, more of this gamma ration, because it's coming, family, and they can't stop it. Shalom and blessings to each and every one of y'all.